Howdy, y'all. Joe Hills here, recording as I always do in Nashville, Tennessee. And today on the HermitCraft server, you can see behind me, Corrales and B-Dubs have a new venture. They call it the Big Eyes Passing Gas, which is now open. They got a bunch of stuff for sale inside. They've got an entire road network that connects all the passing gas stores further north on the continent. But this, until just recently, was the southern terminus. Beyond this passing gas, where you see Cleo's church there was just nothing. And I have been working tirelessly to extend these roads, or at least, partially extend them. These are not final versions of this. But, there's a way that we can go all the way to Hypno's base if we go that way. We can go to ZAF's base if we go this way. You know, it's just really important, I think, to connect everybody on the server as much as possible. And I think we're going to talk a little bit about kind of connecting communities today, because you might not realize this. I'm recording this part of the episode on my 35th birthday. So if you want to leave birthday wishes in the YouTube comment section below, please feel free. I do read every comment, even if I don't reply to all of them. But yeah, I'm just been thinking a lot about this last year with everybody stuck at home, how this was not a big year for me for setting goals. Even though between my last birthday, when that hit, I had just become a self-employed artist, and I'm still doing that a year later, and I'm really proud of that. I'm proud that I've been able to keep things going. I'm paying my moderators, got a project manager who helps me out, NJ Coffee Junkie, who y'all might have seen on stream occasionally. It's been a good year on the whole, but it's been a year about kind of building on what I already had, if you go back and you watch some of my old birthday episodes, I'll talk about all the things that I did this year or recently that were big new changes. But I think this year was a lot about just building on the groundwork, right? And so, what I've tried to do here is I've tried to build a groundwork for connecting to the road network for Zed. I'm not going to extend that little path past this mountain path here very far. He can figure out how he wants to do that on his own. But you know what? It's just one of those things where, everybody last year has had a rough time in one way or another. How we work, how we live, how our kids go to school, everything changed. And, I originally, when I was hoping to go full-time as an artist 5-6 years ago, I never thought it was going to take this long, honestly. I had all these goals for what my first year would look like, and those all went out the window when I actually did go full-time, because I was just I just got to get my kid and I through this pandemic. And right now, being a self-employed person, I can take care of my kid in the ways that she needs better than if I had a full-time job. And we're going to ride it out, and we're going to see how things go. And you know what? Thanks to the support of this community, things went really well for us on the whole. I mean, it was still a very hard year, but it could have been a lot worse. So thank you to everyone watching who has supported the show, who's enjoyed it. And, I want to say, too, that one of the big things I was trying to keep track of kind of during the pandemic was making sure that I felt like I wasn't powerless. And, being responsible for a child, you obviously, or in my case, I obviously had a lot of responsibility. But, it puts a lot of a kind of a weight or a burden on your child if all of your energy goes into taking care of them. It creates weird expectations or skewed relationship dynamics that I don't think are healthy for a parent and a child in the long term. So I wanted to make sure that my world didn't just shrink down to her size. I wanted to make sure that I helped her, but I needed to be looking at how do I help other people during the pandemic too. And I've gotten so many kind messages talking about how my art and my videos helped people kind of just get through the day a little bit, or it made things a little bit easy for them, having, my streams to look forward to during the pandemic. And that's so wonderful to hear, because, I wanted to put myself out there and try to do more to give people an opportunity to hang out and have a sense of community around HermitCraft and around my work. Because, when we're all stuck at home and we're not engaging with our local communities in the same way we once were, it can be really frustrating. And, you know, so as you can see, this path here, this one's a lot prettier than the other one. That's because Jem and Cleo helped me with it, and it does lead to Hypnos here. And so that's the other thing, too. You know, this last year, while I've been trying to do things to maintain my sanity, to help people in the community have something to look forward to, I've also been enjoying the extra time that leaving my day job has granted me to collaborate more with folks like Cleo and Jem and all the other amazing hermits, because it's just so crucial in times of stress and need that we really can be around each other. Just because we don't know when somebody's going to need us or when we're going to need them, and just being in the habit of checking in with each other and spending time together. So if somebody is having a particularly bad day or whatnot, there's somebody already there. They don't have to try to figure out, how do I reach out to someone, you know? Not that Jem or Cleo are having issues, but like, this is kind of a tortured metaphor. I'm sorry. I built a road. B-Dubs started a road and ended it here, and then I built a bunch of roads out this way, and I'm a year older than I was, and I don't know that I accomplished everything I could have this year, but I'm still really proud of myself for getting done what I did. And, you know, it's funny because, like I said, you go watch some of my older birthday videos with reflections. It's like, oh, here are ways I grew and changed. This year, I mean, honestly, I really kind of played it safe in terms of, like, I looked at what are my strengths in a crisis, because we're in a crisis. And then I said, I'm going to bring those strengths to the table, and I'm going to do what I need to do as things happen. You know, I didn't really push myself to be bold or anything, but you know what? In a crisis isn't the time to do that, you know? It was the right time for me to kind of just help people in the ways I knew I could help people without pushing myself too far. Because if I push myself too far, I can't help my kid. So, I don't know. Anyway, we actually have a present. I was going to put the horse in the pen here, but there seemed to be like a bunch of crossbowmen over that way. So, I was going to put the horse in that pen before we go open the present from Jevin. But instead, we're going to go ahead and drop the horse down here, along with Digit, which is Cleo's new horse, the offspring of Widget and Diamond Hooves. Widget is not a very fast horse. Let me show you Cleo's horse. Cleo's horse, Widget, does not really zoom. And so we bred the two together in order... Here, let me put the skedaddle saddle on Digit. Digit is not as fast as Diamond Hooves, but still better than Widget. So Cleo will be able to enjoy those new roads. Anyway, I'm getting distracted easily, as is my wont. But we are going to go down here, and we're going to go open that present from Jevin. Let's go see what Jevin left us. It's in a box. It's not technically a birthday present, but it's my birthday, so we're gonna open it today. Joe and Cleo. I guess half of this present is mine and half of it's Cleo. So let's see what it is. Boom! Look at that. Jevin dropping off 64 rockets times 2 and an elytra times 2. Well, here's the thing. I actually joined the No Wings Club earlier. Why don't we descend into the lava pit of memory? We have emerged somewhere here in the sky at Iskal's No Wings Club. We are a club that plays without wings. If you can complete any of the tiers, you get a bragging medal. If you are interested, read the rulebook. Good luck, and welcome to our club. So we got to sign up below here. Let's see who has already signed up. Oh, Iskal85. Am I the first person to sign up? I suppose since it's a holiday weekend, a lot of folks are just too busy to get over here immediately. But hey, I'm ready. Good luck, and may the bragging medals hang high on a wall in your near future. So every 10 minutes we go without an elytra, we will now be getting credit toward one of these medals. So 110 minutes, or 10,000 minutes, no, 1,000 minutes would get us this tier 1 wooden medal. Bronze medal for 2,500 minutes. 5,000 minutes will get us a silver. 7,500 minutes will get us a gold. Oh, whoa! I did not even see this when I came in. Did y'all see this when I came in? 10,000 minutes gets you this iridescent medal. Oh my goodness. I am entranced. Look at that. That is so cool. Okay. I was originally like, you know, I wasn't going to use an elytra for a while anyway, so I'll just sign up for this, but look at that. It's so cool. Okay. Yeah, I'm all in now. I am all in. Let's figure out how to actually get out of here safely without an elytra in a timely manner. I think that I came from that way. So if I can get over there without hitting, you know, the lava, then that'll be a good step one. Time skip. It's actually been over 200 days since I signed up for that No Wings Club. So I need to really scout out a good location to hang my medal in once we get the first one from Miskel, which should be any day now, really. I'm also realizing I need to find a place to hide the Tegg. What is the Tegg? That's the tag egg. You might say, Joe, don't we already have a concept called an Easter egg hunt that you could use the name of? Well, it's not really Easter time, and I'm actually walking west right now. But that's like a whole separate thing. In fact, let me think about what kind of separate thing that is now. Dragon eggs to the left of me, monsters to the right. Here I am, stuck in the middle with diamonds. You know what? I want to get rid of these diamonds. Luckily, Grian has a solution to that problem. It's called Tegg, the spiritual successor to Tag. So if you ever saw Tag and you were like, man, Tag, you really spend too much time carousing and partying. You really need to be more spiritual. And Tag was like, nah, man, I got enough kids. One of them will be my spiritual successor. This is it. This is that kid. That kid is Tag. And you know how we joined Tag? By paying a diamond block. Boom! This is a game that's kind of like a hide-and-seek tag game. I can't wait to play it with y'all. And you know what? We'll get into the specifics later. I just need to get registered because it starts on the 4th of July. And I'm going to be busy, I don't know, looking at fireworks or celebrating independence, reading a constitution. You know, I wasn't planning on streaming on the 4th of July, but I feel like reading the entire Constitution would be a really good way to spend that time. You know, because you can't focus on viewership numbers. You got to focus on just really, you know, learning about your nation's history on a day like that. And so, yeah, let me think about that real hard. Anyway, we got to get back to our base because BOO supposedly has an even faster way to travel than all this. And I want to see what that madman has cooked up. This is not my tunnel. This is not my tunnel either. This is suspicious, though, because it looks like it would be the tunnel that I want to go in. False's house, but it doesn't keep going. Okay, let's get back to our base and find a logical way to navigate, courtesy of BOO, HermitCraft's Spock. You know, when people think, who's the most emotionless, logical person on the server? BOO 100. That man knows how to chart a course. So, here we go. Take us to warp, Mr. Sulu. Engage. No, I wasn't wearing armor! You're not Mr. Sulu at all! No! So, hopefully... Oh, no. Don't look at the Enderman, even in third-person mode. Hopefully those folks are not just wearing all my armor... Come on! Really? Okay, I am not happy about this. As they say about the status here, it is not quo. Okay? It is not quo. Okay. So we're going to go ahead. We're going to switch into first-person mode for maximum effort. We're going to lure this one away first. Then we're gonna get them both on fire. Luckily, neither of them picked up my burning sword, because that would have been 2 problems. And you know how many problems I need right now? Far fewer. There we go. I've been to the end and back. Don't trouble me. This guy knows. Where am I gonna put the Tegg? I started looking at the map on the side of the passing gas here, and I realized, like, what's technically considered our base is really, really small and light in terms of its footprint. We don't even technically have a path from the flower stall yet to our mine entrance with this geode, which, I mean, I love how this geode looks on the map. But yeah, I think we could do better. I'm gonna maybe start adding some details around the base so I have a place to hide things behind. Time skip. Look at that, folks. We have a nice new path that connects our mine and our little horse pen here to the rest of the system. And I was trying to figure out, like, how do I connect the roads up here to our book area and my little horse pen and our random chest monster composter beekeeping area thing. And I realized maybe we just need to tear all this down. That hill is now completely devoid of chests, furnaces, composters, or anything along those lines. Of course, I've just made a new mess down here, but that's okay, because, you know, this is going to give us the groundwork to establish our starter house. Woo! I don't know why this axe takes so long to switch hands. Does every item do that? What? Hold on. It used to be instantaneous. What, is the server broken? I don't even know what's going on. Let's go over there and break that pillar. Hold on. I'm gonna go break that pillar with a pickaxe. I have never seen... I don't even know what that is. I don't even know what that is in Minecraft. The server must be having a hard time with Cub and Hypno and Jevin AFKing wherever they are doing. It might be a combat update thing to add drama? I don't know. As you can see, I have completely removed everything from atop this hill. So the next logical step for me is going to be to take a step back down here. Why? Because we've got this whole little farm here that we need to relocate. And so what I was thinking is, I'm just going to pick up all the crops, and we're just going to move them. Because there's a great spot next to Cleo's church that I was thinking would be good for agricultural development. And you know what? Maybe that's not as good as cultural development, but I'm sorry, not all of us have some sort of Canadian Culture Bureau thing that gives out, what do you call those? Grants and stuff. Some of us just kind of have to make culture on our own. So we are going to head over that way now. Uh-oh, sun is getting real low. What I'm thinking here is I started this road that kind of stretches past here, and apparently Cleo decided that building a farm here was a good idea. Thanks, Cleo. I love the initiative. I love that it's fine. Every part of this is fine. That's cool. That's cool. I'll just put my farm. My farm can go near here. Do you have water blocks in the ground somewhere? Yeah, okay. So you got a little bit of water there. That's fine. Well, you know what? Not all these need water, technically. You know what, Cleo? That's fine. We're just gonna pop in here, throw in some beetroot seeds. Boom. There we go. There we go. Look who's got a farm now. It's both of us. You know, that's okay. I'm just gonna roll in here with the beetroot seeds. The harvest will run red with my blood from the ender pearl, and not beetroots, apparently. Okay, good ender pearl, and let's get that off the hotbar. Maybe nom on a carrot, put on some armor. You know, all the things that we do to not die a bajillion times. That's fine. Okay, cool. Nope, that's the wrong tool. Oh, that's interesting that you can remove that with those. Hey, I learned something. I feel better now. Cleo, you've unintentionally made this an educational experience for me. And for that reason alone, I will forgive you. Maybe not in my heart, but with my words. Actions are possible, but not likely. So either way, we can just kind of fill in some of this along here, and give Cleo's farm a little bit more depth. Yeah, I think that's gonna work. Okay. Well, I was gonna try and make this pretty, but since Cleo's already kind of committed to putting in whatever this is, I don't know. Ooh, some sort of farm basement, if you will. Since Cleo's already decided she's gonna put in a farm basement or something down here, I'll just leave this. And you know what? I am now free to go ahead and, you know, keep improving this area. You know, I want to kind of remove all the little elements of it that feel like a starter, like just a mess, right? So we can just hop on all these crops, not because we're taking out our frustration at Cleo, but just because it's fun. You can even do like the Animaniacs, a boingy, 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 boingy. Cleo had already established that new farm, so I just removed the crops and reallocated them. I also did the same. What was that used to be back here? Was it a Ouija and a DJ? And were there some, whatever the French word for cows is? Perhaps moo-moos? Perhaps. Where did those go to? I will show you. Boom! Look at this. I have built the most perfect cattle and horse pen ever. It is completely beyond reproach. I am certain that Cleo is going to just absolutely adore it. I mean, she took my farm idea and ran with it, so, you know, I'm going to take the penning the cows in idea and horses and run with it. And you know what the nice thing about this, too, is this lets us really update our map over here. So let me show you how this ended up turning out. We have kind of come full circle this episode, back here to the Pass and Gas. But you know what? This was an episode about birthdays and years, and since I'm 35 now, this is the beginning of my 36th year. Yeah, you know, sometimes we kind of do a loop, and it's all about what we experience in the interim. So I am pumped. Now, there is one last decision I have to make, though. We've got 3 separate hilltops that I can choose to put my house on. Oh, hey, I know that's got you spinning there, Diamond Hooves. But which hilltop should we choose for my house? We have the hilltop that used to have the amethyst pillar on it that we have just vacated. That's Hilltop Alpha. It does have good mine access, and it's near the portal. Then over this way, along this path, there is another wonderful hilltop that I'm going to call Hilltop Bravo. And, you know, you might be like, Joe, this doesn't look like much. But let me show y'all. This hilltop here actually has a wonderful view of this entire area, okay? Like, you've got the water over this way, you've got Cleo's spider spawner, you've got the, whatever these cursed trees are. Like, I think this has something going for it in terms of hilltop locations. And then finally, we have what I'm going to call Hilltop Charlie, which you might think that I'm just proceeding through the NATO alphabet, but my brother CJ is actually named Charles, and I decided to name this one after him. This hilltop, I think, is pretty good for a few reasons. One, it's like directly aligned with that portal there. 2, it's near the mine in that the mine is like right here, but it's not straight on top of it. It was a pain jumping down from that hilltop onto the mine here. And the greatest thing about this hilltop, in my opinion, is that I've already started just kind of making the cave there look pretty too. So we can just put the house right up here. We have a boat dock down here. And then we can also, like, I noticed if I punch through this wall here, it's the perfect location for a stable. Just over this way. Boom. Now, I haven't figured out exactly what all that stuff is going to look like yet, but you can imagine a stable going right here, the boat dock underneath there, the building ascendant up into the heavens. Maybe it's not going to be that tall. I mean, it is supposed to be a starter house. Even though some hermits are on their mega bases already, this is going to be my starter house build. But, like, at this point, there's no turning back. We've destroyed all the chests on that hilltop there. We got to move forward. And I'm ready to do it. Before we go, you may have noticed that this episode was pre-roll ad-free. thanks to Patreon sponsor Mr. Lance. And it was also mid-roll ad-free, thanks to Patreon sponsor Joy. In lieu of that mid-roll ad, I will now read a haiku of my own devising. The land is prepared, so slowly and cautiously. It will blossom fast. Until next time, y'all, this is Joe Hills from Nashville, Tennessee. Keep adventuring.